Good afternoon.
Here, Mr. Fentress. Where you been? Your final Civil War. There's a lot of final things going on. Assuming you're going pro, of course you said you may not, but this could be your final war. What has a Civil War rivalry meant to you, if anything at all, and what do you think about this week?
Oh, this game has been awesome over the last few years. Last year was such a battle, and to be a part of that was truly special. And and now that I've been around for a few years, this game is huge for the community. It's a big part of the state, and to be a part of that, it's awesome.
Back here in the back, Tom.
Marcus, you were just talking about last year's game. What are your memories of going up to Reeser 2 years ago? You obviously, early in the game, you had that long touchdown run, and things kind of went from there, and you guys had a good day. Just maybe give your thoughts on what you remember about 2 years ago going up against the Beavers and playing in that stadium.
Yeah, being a part of that game a couple years ago and being a part of that atmosphere was a lot of fun. Reeser gets roaring a little bit, and it was fun to be a part of. We played well. We started off fast and kind of just didn't look back, and that's hopefully how we do this week.
Right here, Jake.
Marcus, having played one here and played one there, how does your approach differ between the two stadiums, or does it differ?
Our preparation hasn't changed at all. Again, we just got to focus on our game plans. Don't let the crowd get into the game. Just focus on what we can control, and that's just trying to execute our game plans.
Gary Horowitz.
Mark, you were part of the senior festivities here at Autzen last weekend. It's going to be the same this Saturday at Reeser, Sean Mannion's last game. Does the emotion carry over into the game, do you feel, when that happens?
That's tough to say. I think some of those seniors would probably answer it a little better. But again, I think, sending off the seniors on the right note, gives a lot of motivation to the team. So I'm sure Oregon State feels the same way and would like to do that.
Over by Dave Tyson.
Mannion was kind of in a similar situation to you this year with some new receivers to work with, and on the surface, it looked like it's been a pretty seamless transition for you this season with kind of new guys. But what's been kind of the most difficult thing that we don't see that just helps bring that along and make it look like as easy as it has for you guys?
It's just the amount of reps that we get in practice. The coaches are able to kind of really emphasize on these young guys of practicing hard. And, practice for us is huge. It allows us to prepare and get ready for game by game. But for a lot of these young guys, it's a lot of reps that they weren't able to have coming in sometimes if they're a redshirt. Or if, as a freshman, it's, getting a bunch of reps that they weren't able to have last year. So it's an opportunity for them to kind of get into practice, get into the feel of how these game plans will work. And, with the amount of reps that we get each day, it's been helping us and allowing that transition to be a little easier.
Is it more important for guys to get used to you or vice versa?
It's a mixture of both. I think being a part of this offense, when you have so many guys kind of running in and out, so many different personnel groups, it comes down to being able to know your personnel, to know each player, but at the same time kind of figuring out that chemistry with each player as well.
Jay, what are the
biggest challenges of facing this edition of the Oregon State defense, would you say?
They're going to play hard. Up front they're pretty talented with Dylan and a couple of those guys. So we just got to be focused. They're going to come out and play hard, especially on senior night, and making sure that we're focused on our game plan.
Mike in the back?
Dylan Wynn is his name, right? 45.
Yeah. What is it about Dylan? How has he, changed over the years that you've seen him, you've played against him? Horonis said that he thinks that his motor is just off the charts this year.
I completely agree. He has like a nonstop motor. He keeps playing. It doesn't matter if the ball is 45 yards away from him. He's going to run down and make that play. And, again, hats off to him. I mean, that's his mojo. That's kind of what he does. And at the same time, he's very aggressive. He's going to find ways to get around our offensive linemen. And, we got to make sure that, we're doing our best to kind of sustain that.
Warren in the back.
Or prevent that, I'm sorry.
Marcus, I asked Ronis this a little bit ago outside. The season has gone by so quick. You're on the verge of playing your last regular season game. Has this season been everything you wanted it to be personally and as a football player? On the verge of really having such a fantastic season?
Yeah, it's been worth every second of it. It's been an opportunity to kind of continue to build lifelong relationships and being a part of a team that's special. It's been a lot of fun, and I wouldn't have missed it in the world if anything else in the world. So it's been great, and I'm very thankful for it.
Gary?
Marcus, could you say a few words about Royce Freeman, and has he helped you a little bit this year, maybe open things up a little bit more in the read option?
Yeah, Royce is an unbelievable athlete, unbelievable football player. To have him in our backfield has been, awesome for us. He's provided another dimension. He's allowed us to kind of open up our running game and allow that to kind of grow as well. But then at the same time, when people load the box, we have an opportunity to throw it downfield. And when you have a player like that, it makes our offense a lot more versatile and allows for a lot of different stuff that you can add to the game plans.
Aaron Fentress?
Marcus, if the Ducks were 5-6, playing for bowl eligibility, facing an Oregon State team that had a Heisman candidate and a chance to go to the national playoffs, how badly would you want to beat that team, and how do you expect Oregon State to approach this game?
It would be, the number one goal. It would be what you wanted to do. And, it'd be an opportunity to kind of spoil a season, but at the same time make your season and be a part of a bowl game. And, we understand that, Oregon State's going to come out and play with a lot of fire, with a lot of juice and a lot of intensity, and we have to be prepared for that.
Okay.
A couple of your teammates downstairs were talking about, coming down the ramp there into Reser and, coins being thrown at them, batteries bouncing off the helmets, that kind of thing. How hostile is it there? And do you enjoy going into an environment like that? Do you feed off of that?
Yeah, I think, any competitor will feed off of stuff like that. But yeah, it's kind of a short walk, but it seems a lot longer than it really is. You don't really notice until you're walking with the fans out into the stadium. But it's kind of a fun atmosphere for a lot of us. It's an opportunity to kind of feed off of it a little bit, like you said. And for us, it's just you can't buy a whole lot into it because then you get distracted by it. But if you're able to feed off it as an athlete, it'll really help you out.
Did you get hit by anything or see anything thrown?
I had a kid stick out his hand and then take it away, and I went to shake his hand and I missed it. Well, that was about it.
He did. Was he wearing Beavers? Was he wearing Beavers gear?
It was like a neutral color. It was like gray, so I thought for sure, but I guess he was an Oregon State fan.
Okay, anything else? Okay, Warren.
Marcus, what was Thanksgiving like in the Mariota household? Have you always liked Thanksgiving, and did you watch football on Thanksgiving Day? And tell us about the Mariota Thanksgiving.
It's always special. My mom loves to cook during this time, and we always have the games on, whether it's NFL or if, there's something else on. But it's a special time to be a part of family and just give thanks. To have an opportunity to be together. And for us, it's awesome, and we love it every year.
Last question from Mike Scout.
Over at O'Hara Middle School or whatever with Charlie, if they asked you over to speak in front of the school because you're number 1, 2, or 3 over there, would you go?
Yeah, for sure. And I think I met Charlie last night, and we kind of started talking about that a little bit. So hopefully we can figure something out.
Thank you.
Thank you. You guys have a good day.